Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Veda and this is The Simple Budget. Here on my channel, I show you how my family is using the zero-based budgeting method in order to get out of debt and simplify our financial life. If that sounds like content that you're interested in, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and join our little crew here. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. All right, so happy Monday to all of you. I hope that you had a fantastic weekend. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, so maybe some of you have extended your weekend to accommodate another day off. I hope you have, if you've got the opportunity, because who doesn't love an extra day off? So today we are doing our very last cash stuffing of June, actually. This covers the last week, just the way that like the paychecks kind of work themselves out. And then also, just for a little info, somebody mentioned and people have said this before, that I should mic my husband. And so I have tried turning my phone, because that's what I record on. I've tried turning my phone so that it will pick his voice up better. So I'm hoping this works out, because I don't have a mic in my budget right now. So
you're welcome.
So anyway, let's go ahead and get into counting the cash. We are stuffing $882 today. So let's give her a count. 100, 200, 50, 300, 50, 400, 50, 70, 90, 510, 530, 50, 70, 90, 610, 630, 50, 70, 80, 90, 700, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85, 95, 800? 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. Money is falling out of my hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1 and 2. So $882 being stuffed today. That was a little more touch and go this time. This counting was
difficult.
Counting is hard. It makes me feel better though, because when I was talking to the teller today, she was like, sometimes the math just doesn't math and I can't count either. And I'm like, if the bank teller struggles, it makes me feel a little bit better that the budgeting cash stuffing YouTuber struggles. Oh goodness. Anyway, you guys will have to let me know if you have any 4th of July plans. We are actually going to be throwing a little block party, so I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out. I am making carnitas and coleslaw to go along with it, so I'm hoping it turns out really well. Anyways, typically in my cash stuffings, we empty out my wallet and save my rollover money and move my coins into the coin jar. And I tell you all about my receipts and my cashback rewards apps, which I do always have linked below. But my receipts, I don't need them in front of me to tell you guys about Receipt Hog and Fetch, which are apps that I use to take pictures of my paper receipts that earn me points for purchases, and then those points add up and you can either get cash back or gift cards back if you accumulate enough points. And as I mentioned, all of my rewards info is linked below. But we had no rollover money this week. It was a kind of like low cash spending week. And we were prepping for a family member to come into town and 4th of July, and just kind of the way that all worked out, we really didn't do a lot of cash spending. So I have no rollover. I have no dollar bills to steal from one fund and put into another fund. And
at least you admit it's theft.
Maybe stealing was not a good word. Anyway, I also have no coins to put in the coin jar. So we're just going to get stuck right into the actual cash stuffing portion of the video. So let me grab high priority sinking funds here. and pop into groceries. Now, I know I said I had no rollover, but this $100 is not technically rollover. I, for whatever reason, when I was grabbing my cash to go grocery shopping, did not grab this $100 bill. And so I ended up having to use my debit card to pay for what I didn't have cash on hand with. And so instead of stuffing it the usual amount this week, we just did it our usual amount minus $100. That was just kind of how we compensated for it, for that purchase as well. So this week, actually, because we had, what did we have leftover money from? Oh, my husband went on a business trip. So we were not going to be stuffing it actually the normal amount this week anyway, because he went on a business trip and he had some per diem money left over. And so we split up the per diem, and because we've been running a deficit in grocery, we swept some money over to grocery. So in addition to the 100 we have here, we are going to be stuffing 275 today. So 250, 75. And so, no, 276. That's, no, it was 276. I don't know what.
Are you going to steal that dollar?
Oh, I'm stealing the dollar. I'm stealing the dollar. Yes! So you did that to yourself.
You're really dumb.
You shot yourself in the foot with that one. So now in groceries, we have 350, 75. So 375 in groceries now. That was really not your brightest moment. For somebody who wants to save the dollars. Not your best first choice. Anyways, next up is taxes.
You say 375 in that, by the way.
Yes, 375. Taxes is getting $10, and this just funds the money that we pay the person who prepares our taxes. If you watched my most recent Etsy and YouTube cash stuffing video, which you absolutely should, hint, hint, you will have seen how much money the government has stolen from me in taxes for my teeny tiny little small insignificant business. But here we find ourselves. Now in taxes, we have $500 in the bank. That's the little placeholder that I have in here. I didn't want you to think that I was just pulling that number out of my head. I have these available for digital download as well as physical purchase in my shop. So do give that a look if you're interested in something like that. So we have $500 in the bank, and then 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 574 total in taxes right now, not counting my business binder, my poor little business. Medical is, I'm not seeing it on here. Oh, there it is. It's getting $25 this week. And it's just a 20 and a 5. We don't get funky with this envelope. 20, I don't know why I didn't put the 20 in first. So now in medical, we have 50, 70, 90, 100, 10, 15, 21. So 121 in medical. Actually, let me just offer an explanation. You may be noticing that this is much lower than the last time you saw it. We had like $300 and something in here. We are funding our grocery envelope. If you saw my budget with me that I just posted last week, we are funding groceries an extra $200 this month. But until our first July paycheck hits, we wanted to make sure that we had the money in groceries because, like I said, 4th of July is coming and we have a family member coming into town. So we have essentially borrowed from Peter to pay Paul. We're not robbing. We have borrowed from Peter to pay Paul. And so once that $200 actually hits our bank account, it's going to go right back into medical. So then medical will be back up to the $300 and something that it actually should have. So I don't know how closely you guys pay attention to my envelopes, but if you're one of those people who was like, wait a second, she just had $300 in medical. Is everybody okay? Everyone's fine. We're just swooshing some money around for the time being. So that's my technical term. Okay, next up is car expenses, and it's getting $15 this week. 10 and 15. And now in car expenses, again, the flies are still here, guys. They're like, I don't know, they're just pets. They're just pets at this point.
I've named them.
So fun fact.
That's Trevor.
Right. So my daughter, what was it, like 2 years ago? She, on her nightstand, one of her little Barbie cribs was turned upside down. And I was like, baby, what's going on in there? And she said, oh, I have Trevor in there. And I said, who's Trevor? And I went over and she had trapped a fly underneath of this like Barbie crib and had named him Trevor. I have no idea where that name came from. Like, we don't know any Trevors. That's just what she named him. And he was under there, trapped forever. And then she did it again recently where she trapped another Trevor. So now flies are just Trevors, but there are too many. There are so many in our house. I feel like they're procreating. Anyway, did I put the money in car expenses?
I don't know.
But if you see flies flying, then you'll know. So if I put the money in here now in car expenses, we have 100, 50, 200, 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, 300, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does that sound right? 308? Okay. So 308 in car expenses. Home maintenance is up next, and it's getting $15. And we just did, grabbing 2 10s, a 10 and a 5. I really do love to grab doubles of a bill every now and then. Now in home maintenance, we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, 101.
Don't you do it.
Taller.
Don't you do it.
It's a taller. But what if?
No. No.
Look, you didn't even notice it. Now we have an even $100 in home maintenance. Isn't that so nice? My poor husband, you guys. Oh dear. Okay, next up is household, which is being returned to its former glory. Are you having a hard time over there? He's like got his face in his hands, you know? Anyway, household.
You're like a lion. You stalk the weak ones that stray from the herd by being a poor single dollar, and you hunt it down.
Oh my goodness. So anyway, in a household, we did 30 this week, and I did a 20, a 5, and then 5 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as I mentioned before, it is being returned to its former glory. So now it's beefed up enough that I feel like I can buy paper towels and won't put us in the poorhouse. Okay, so now in household, we have 20, 40, 50, 65, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 1, 2, and 3. So 83 in a household, which makes me like breathe a sigh of relief because I still need to go buy those paper towels that I mentioned in my cash stuffing, my Etsy and YouTube cash stuffing from Friday. So I'll get to it. All right, next up is toiletries, also being returned to its former glory. Bless it. It's getting $20 this week, and I did a 10. Oh my gosh. Seriously, I'm just pulling them all out. So a 10, a 5, and also 5 ones, which I'm thinking now is unnecessary, but here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have plenty of ones in here. But this will let you know how much my envelopes can hold. So if you're interested, my Etsy shop is linked below. It can hold lots of bills. Here we go. 20, 30, 40, 55, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 77 in toiletries. I don't know why, but I had this sudden urge to say that like a South Park character. Toiletries. I don't know why. They wouldn't even say it like that, would they? My husband's laughing at me. I don't actually even.
Never seen an episode
Right.
of that show.
I've never seen an episode, but I've heard people like talk like them. And like that's one of those things that I feel like they pronounce things like that. Toiletries. Am I saying it wrong? Yeah. All right, we're sorry. Next up is clothes. Clothes is getting, look at this envelope is so thick. I'm actually kind of proud of that. Anyway, clothes, I think I said yes. It's getting $25 and I just was normal with this one. So a 20 and a 5. This one is going to have a little bit of money taken from it soon because H&M was having a sale on their kids' clothes and I picked up like some dresses and shirts for my daughter. So anyways, in clothes, we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 45, 55, 56, 57, 58. So 158 in clothes. And we'll be putting more in this soon so that my poor husband can have some clothes. Won't that be nice for you?
It will be nice.
Clothes without holes.
It's tough to go to a meeting naked.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. Finance coach is being skipped this week, but it's got 25,
What did you say for clothes?
35, 158.
All right.
And then finance coach has 25, 35.
Mm-hmm.
You showing that too?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good to go. All right, next up is our HOA, blood-sucking leeches, and it is getting $5. And now our HOA has 20, 45, 55, 60. $60. So we still need what, like 100 and something before February?
Mm-hmm.
Or the end of January?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. All right, union dues is up next and getting $5. And so now in union dues, we have 20, 30, 40, 55, 60. When's this one due?
I don't know.
You said October.
October.
Yeah. So 60. And then that is it for high priority sinking funds. Quickly, if you are new, our emergency fund is currently fully funded because we're following the Dave Ramsey baby steps and we have $1,000 in our high yield savings account. And that's where it will remain unless there is an emergency until we are done paying down our debt. And then we will aggressively save for a beefier emergency fund. But in the meantime, $1,000 does the job. Next up is going to be a low priority sinking funds. And first up is Dine Out. And this is actually where a lot of the per diem money went as well for my husband's business trip because since we do have some family coming into town, we wanted to make sure that we could have a fun night out to dinner. So we're putting $95 in it this week. And so it's 50, 70, 95. And now we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 115 in Dine Out. Oopsies. All right. Next up is work meals, and it's getting $10 this week. And I just gave it a 10, and so now it's got 15. Oh, that 10 is awful. All right, haircuts is getting 30, a 20 and a 10. And actually this one's gonna be pulled from in our next weekly check-in because my daughter finally got a little haircut and we probably cut off like 6 or 7 inches. Anyway, it looks beautiful. It really, really needed it. So anyways, next up, or in haircuts now, we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 40, 50, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 170. So that more than covers her little haircut. And then your haircut, of course. Next up is home, which is just home decor, and it's getting $5 this week, and that's all she's got in there. Are you not showing that? No? You're furrowed. We'll discuss it.
I mean, I see how you did it, but yeah, we'll have to move some money from somewhere to. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Next up is dates, and I think it's getting skipped this week. It is. And now, so not now, still in dates, we have 100, 200, 20, 45, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 264 in dates. Still. All right, his is up next. My husband's spending money, and he is getting $15 this week. He doesn't ever spend money, in case you were wondering. I'm the one who spends money.
How about shoes?
No, no, what I meant was you're much more like, frugal.
Mm-hmm.
So now in his spending money, we have 1, 50, 200, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, 300, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 325 in my husband's spending money. Geez, I wasn't thinking I was going to need a bill condensing, but we might just. Next up is hers. This is my spending money, and I'm getting $28 this week. 25, 26, 27, 28. And now in my spending money, we have 120, 40, 120, 45, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, and 3. So what did I say? 273? 173? 120, 40. Yeah, 173. 120, 45, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, and 3.
Is that 73?
173. Next up is Pretty Hair, and it's getting $8. And now in Pretty Hair, because I did get my hair cut this week, so that's why there's less money in here now. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and $14. Or last week, rather. My lash lift is up next, and this one also got taken back to the bank, so we're just saving for the next one. And it's getting $14. 12, 13, 14. So now in lash lift, we have 10, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. Next up is Family Fun, and it's getting $30 this week. And now in Family Fun, we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 110, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So 122 in Family Fun. All right, we addressed the ringing doorbell, and I think we filled Family Fun, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Miscellaneous, I think, is being skipped this week. It is, and it's empty. Sometimes it just happens that way. House project is up next, and it's getting $50 this week. We still have not purchased our ceiling fans. You'd think we'd have done that by now, but we have not. So now in House Project, we have more than enough for our ceiling fans, and we are well on our way to our gutters that I stole the $1 from. And we've got 100, 200, 50, 300, 50, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 500. Wow. 500 in House Project. So let's go ahead and buy those ceiling fans. All right, and that is that for our low priority sinking funds. Last up for the day is our holiday sinking funds. And first up is gifts, and it's getting $20 this week. And so now in gifts, we have 50, 70, 95, 96. 96 in gifts. Partay is being skipped this week, but we will go ahead and give her a count. It's got 10, 20, 35, 40, 1, and 2. So 42 in Partay. This ended up actually being a good one to have around because I didn't budget for 4th of July. It just wasn't something that I considered. And because we are having this neighborhood block party, I wanted to pick up some like plates and cups and things like that. And that's what I ended up using this for. So it worked out. Valentine's Day is being skipped this week, but I'll give her a count. 25, 30, 1, and 2 from Valentine's Day. Those $2 are calling out to me, but I'll leave them be for now. Easter is also being skipped, and it's got 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Oh man. So many dollar bills that I could pull. Vacation is getting $60 this week. 50, 60, and I think this is the last funding until our actual vacation, with the exception of whatever. Oh, no. It's being funded in July.
Yeah,
oh, I'm silly. Okay, no. So now in vacation, we have 500 in the bank, and then 50, 600, 650, 700, 20, 30, 40, 55. So 755 total in vacation. Back to school is up next. It's getting $20. And I just did a 20. This is another one that's going to be benefiting from some like extra money, but that's not going to be until July. So now in back to school, we have 50, 70, 95, 100, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 109 in back to school. Halloween is fully funded until Halloween. It's got $160 in there. Stupid fly. Thanksgiving is up next, and it's getting $5. Oops. And now in Thanksgiving, we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 115, 120, and 125 in Thanksgiving. Christmas, we're putting $50 toward this week, and I just did a 50, and I'm going to go ahead because each of these little bell clusters, this little savings challenge is from Taylor over at A Little of It All. I will link the Christmas savings challenge bundle below, and each of these little bell clusters is $20. So I'm going to circle 2 of them and put a half circle around this next one. They're actually very colorful and much more interesting than I am giving it credit for, but I only have a black and white printer actually, and I'm not a particularly colorful person anyway, if you hadn't noticed, but they're still really beautiful, and she put so much work into them, so do go check them out if you get a chance. And now in Christmas, we have 50, well, I think we have we have 1,000 in the bank. I think I used a different placeholder for this one. Yeah, I like these ones, this design. Can you see that? Oh, I like barely put that in frame. So 1,000 in the bank for Christmas, and then in my actual envelope, we have 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 35. So it's 1,235 saved for Christmas, which is so exciting. I start shopping in November, usually, unless I find something like really good in advance. But you guys will have to tell me when you start your Christmas shopping too. And if you're saving for it now, I'm curious if you guys save throughout the year or if you just try to save in a few months like leading up to it. Let me know what you do down below. Zoo is being skipped this week, but we'll give her a count. 20, 40, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 64. We haven't been to the zoo in a while. We're gonna have to go soon. I mean, it's so hot right now. We're like spring and fall zoo people. And even in Texas, you can go in the winter time because the winters don't get that terrible here. So we get our money's worth out of it, just not in the summertime. The pool is actually last up to be stuffed this week. I still have not put a cash tracker in here, but that's okay. I'll get there eventually. Now in the pool, we have 10, 25, 30, 1, and 2 in the pool. And this pays for our pool membership because our neighborhood doesn't have a pool and we don't have a pool in our backyard. But my kids love it, so we pay and we go. All right, and then I will take these $2 that I borrowed from other funds and put them in the $1 savings challenge. We don't count it. We let it be a surprise. And we are putting the dollars from this particular dollar savings challenge this go around into our vacation fund. And so we will go ahead and start doing that. I guess probably all of the dollar bills through July, the end of July. And then in August, we'll start putting them towards something else. But that's what we've got for now. And that is the end of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's cash stuffing. I did want to let you know that I am going to be offering a July 4th sale in my shop. So I'll put the discount code that I use up on the screen. Now it's going to be 10 July and the number 4. So the number 10, the word July, and the number 4 for 10% off of your order in my shop in honor of the 4th of July. So I hope you guys come give my shop a look. That'd be a good time to purchase anything. I mean, that's going to be good for all of the products in my shop, from the physical ones to the digital downloads. So it'd be a good one. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And then I hope you guys have a safe and happy 4th of July. And then I will see you guys on Wednesday, July 5th, for our Q2 debt update. So that's exciting stuff. I hope to see you all then. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.